online classes. As you already know that Swiflearn is the India's most sincere learning destination for classes 1 to 10. Over here, all the classes are 100% live and interactive classes. If you have any doubt regarding the topic, you can ask to your teacher in the classes only, and the teacher will explain everything in the classes. Right now, coming to the second thing which we have, we give personalized attention to each and every students. कैसे? क्योंकि हमारे क्लास में each of the batches में 6 students maximum रहते हैं. Okay, it can be the batch of 1 student or 2 student, or maximum 6 students can be present in each of the batch. So this will help the student also to ask any sort of doubt if they have, and it also help us to keep an eye how the students are progressing, how they are doing in the classwork, how they are doing in the homework, and so on. Right, they are basically understanding everything or not. Okay, hi Puzzle Party, how are you? Now, coming to the third thing, that is, we have a very good dedicated academic mentor team who continuously keep a track on the students' progress, how the students are doing the homework, class work, in the school examination, in the monthly test over here, and accordingly, you will get the feedback, and this feedback will definitely help you to improve yourself, right? Okay, your name is Harshit. Hi, Harshit. And the last thing that is very important, that we cover the syllabus as per your school examination schedule. That is, whatever you were having in your school examination, you can tell those topic to us. We will do those topics first, and then we will move on to the rest of the topics which are there in your syllabus. So this type of custom request generally we handle. So this is all about Swiflearn and mainly the general features of Swiflearn. Now let us see what are the key features of Swiflearn. So first of all, we maintain a detailed progress report of each and every student. जैसे आपके स्कूल में भी आपको प्रोग्रेस रिपोर्ट मिलते हैं, आपके साथ पीटीएम होता है इन सर्टेन इंटरवल आफ्टर द डिफरेंट टेस्ट, तो इधर भी सेम तरीके में होता है. इफ यू हैव एनी डाउट और हाउ यू आर प्रोग्रेसिंग, हाउ वेयर यू आर लैगिंग, इन विच टॉपिक यू नीड मोर इम्प्रूवमेंट, तो everything will be there in your progress report, and accordingly you will get the feedback you have to improve. Right. Secondly, we have the SAT, that is the Swiflearn's academic test series, which happen in every Sunday from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Over here, you can attend the question answers, and you will be able to understand what is your rank all over India. And now coming to the third and the fourth thing that is very important, that is we have the unlimited practice test. So after completing each and every chapter, what you have to do, you have to practice the question answers, right, again and again. So this question answers will be there, both the objective and subjective questions will be there, which will help you to understand the concept better, as well as to practice the question answer, how to write the answer. Mostly it is very much needed in case of the subjective answer, where to include the diagram, where to include the केमिकल इक्वेशन या फिर कोई भी फ्लो चार्ट इंक्लूड करना है. तो these are the different things which you can practice over here. We have a group of teacher who will definitely guide you all the time to how to write the answer and how to get the full marks, right, so that you will never miss any of the marks in your school exam as well as the board exam. So this is all about Swiflearn and its key features. So to experience all these things, what you have to do, you have to book the free trial class. All the trial classes are free of cost. Book it anytime whenever you are free and experience the class with us. Okay, so classes are always interactive classes, and then you can enroll your name in our regular batches. So in regular batches, we will meet every day. We will know a lot about the different topics, right? Chalo. So let us now see, tell to everyone who have not subscribed our channel, please subscribe it and press the bell icon so that you will never miss any of the update of the upcoming sessions. Okay, you will be able to stay with us in all the sessions. We can interact through the chat box. If you have any doubt regarding the topic, you can write it in the chat box. I'm always there to solve you. Okay, so and do not forget to like, comment, and share also. Now let us move on to today's topic. As you already know, you can see on the screen that today we will discuss about the circulatory system, which is there in ICSE class 8th syllabus. So according to whatever is present in class 8, we will go with that. Okay. So first I would like to ask you, can you tell me which is the main circulatory organ in our body, or anything about the circulatory system which you know? Anything? Can you give me the answer in the chat box? And as you already know that whoever will give me most of the answers correctly, he or she will be the student of the session, right? और आपके नाम मैं लिखूंगी बोर्ड पे. वेरी गुड हर्षित. इट इज द हार्ट. वेरी गुड. सो व्हाट इज द मेन फंक्शन ऑफ द हार्ट? हार्ट क्या करते हैं हमारे बॉडी में? कैन यू टेल मी हर्षित? Yes, or Harshit or anybody, I can see that many of you are present in this session. So quickly give me the answer so that we can proceed with your thoughts, whatever you know. Very good, Harshit. So heart basically help to pump the blood within our body. राइट अच्छा आप बताओ ये कि आप जब घर से स्कूल तक जाते हो डू यू फॉलो अ पाथवे यस और कैसे जाते हो आप स्कूल में बाईसाइकिल में या फिर कार में कारपूल में या फिर स्कूल बस में या फिर सिंपली वॉकिंग डिस्टेंस है तो वॉक करके भी जा सकते हो यस bus में okay very good Harshit you go to school by bus right from your home to school आप बस लेते हो और फाइनली आप एक टाइम में डेस्टिनेशन में पहुंच जाते हो राइट सो do you think that your bus also follow a proper pathway a proper traffic and with the help of the same way you go to the school and again by the same way you come back to the house yes so this is what we can say that it is just a transportation system or a transporting system which will help you to go to a proper destination and finally again you can come back to the home. The same type of thing is also present within our body. एक सेम तरीके का ट्रांसपोर्टिंग सिस्टम हमारे बॉडी के अंदर भी है बट डेफिनेटली वी डू नॉट हैव एनी ऑटो या बस या कार इनसाइड आवर बॉडी but the blood basically follow a same pathway through the blood vessels and carry the different types of things from one part to another part of the body and this is nothing but done by the circulatory system ये जो system हमारे transportation system हमारे body में follow होता है इसी को हम circulatory system कहते हैं okay so this is plain and simple so let us now see what we will study today in today's session we will mainly cover what is the blood and what are the different components of the blood then we will move on to the blood vessels and finally we will study about the heart क्या है और heart का function क्या है details में हम उतना नहीं जाएंगे आज नेक्स्ट सेशन में जाएंगे पर हम हार्ट कहाँ रहता है कैसे रहता है एंड व्हाट इज द मेन फंक्शन वी विल डिस्कस So similarly, the same type of transportation system is not only present in any human being या फिर सिर्फ animal में present नहीं होता ये सारे के सारे different living organisms में ही present होता है तो if you think about the plants also you can see that a proper conducting tissues are there can you please tell me what are the different vascular tissues या फिर conducting tissues which are present in the plants? Very good, Harshit. तो question पूछने से पहले ही आपने answer दे दिया that is xylem and phloem. Very good. So this xylem and phloem are the special types of tissue which carry the different things. तो आप बोल सकते हो कि xylem क्या carry करते हैं और phloem क्या carry करते हैं? Harshit? Yes. So they basically carry the water and minerals and also the food from one part to different parts of the plant body, right? तो आप इधर देख सकते हो कि this is the xylem and this one is the phloem. So basically the xylem carry the water and minerals from the roots. It is absorbed by the root from the soil and then it goes upward. कहाँ जा रहे हैं? Towards the leaves. और leaves में जाके क्या होगा? Photosynthesis होगा it will make their own food and that food will be distributed to all the different parts of the plant right और इसी को हम translocation कहते हैं और ये जो distribution होता है food का to the different parts of the plant that is known as it is done by the phloem got it up to this much yes transportation कैसे होता है in case of the plant now let us move on to transportation in animal हमारे body के अंदर भी कैसे transportation होता है hi beta hi Padan how are you okay so similarly a proper transportation system is there हमारे body में body के अंदर तो xylem phloem नहीं है पर different blood vessels है and these blood vessels carry the different types of blood मतलब हमारे body में दो तरीके का blood flow होता है that is one is the oxygenated blood and the another one is the deoxygenated blood कोई मुझे बता सकते हो कि oxygenated blood क्या है और deoxygenated blood क्या है yes and which is good for our health yes yes Padan beta I'm fine thank you Okay, so we can see over here, this is the whole circulatory system. हमारे body के circulatory system में क्या क्या होता है? We can see the main organ is the heart, and the different auricles, ventricles are there. We will come to it later on, and you can see the different arrows, right? And these arrows are showing the flow of the blood within the blood vessels. Okay, और flow करके कहाँ जा रहे हैं? To all the different parts of the body. Yeah. Very good puzzle party. Okay, what is your actual name? Hi Anushka. Oxygenated blood मतलब है जो blood में ऑक्सीजन ज्यादा है and कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड कम है, and deoxygenated blood का मतलब है जहां ऑक्सीजन कम है और कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड ज्यादा है. Okay, okay, I'm very sorry Harshit. Okay. Now, so this total system which is carrying the blood to all the different parts of the body, this is known as the circulatory system. हमारे body का circulatory system, and इसका और एक नाम है, that is known as the cardiovascular system. अच्छा, हमारे plants में जो भी conducting system है उसको हम vascular system कहते हैं. Vascular का मतलब है which is related to anything related to the blood vessels or any vessels. ठीक है, तो दैट इज वाई वी कॉल इट एज द कार्डियोवास्कुलर. और कार्डियो का मतलब क्या है? एनीथिंग विच इज रिलेटेड टू द हार्ट. जैसे इफ यू थिंक अबाउट द हार्ट स्पेशलिस्ट डॉक्टर्स, इफ यू गो टू द हॉस्पिटल एंड इफ यू want to do ECG or anything, if you have anything heart related disease or anybody have any heart related diseases, तो वो कहाँ जाते हैं? कार्डियोलॉजिस्ट के पास जाते हैं. तो कार्डियोलॉजिस्ट का मतलब क्या है? द डॉक्टर हु इज स्पेशलाइज्ड in the heart related diseases, right? Very good pardon. So similarly हमारे जो heart related जो system है, इसी system को हम cardiovascular system भी कह सकते हैं. Got it? तो अब तक everything is fine, everything is understandable कि हमारे बॉडी का ट्रांसपोर्टेशन सिस्टम को हम सर्कुलेटरी सिस्टम कहते हैं. वो कंटिन्यूअसली सर्कुलेटेड होता है. क्या सर्कुलेटेड होता है? ब्लड. और कौन पंप करता है ब्लड? Heart, right? And the system is also known as the cardiovascular system. Clear? Yes. Now, so you can see over here again the different blood vessels are showing, and you can see the position of the heart also in this diagram. देखो, this is the rib cage, or rib cage is basically guarding the heart and the lungs. Upper, right? So there are the two lungs, and in the between the two lungs there is the very small heart which is present, or the size of the heart is nothing but the size of our fist. Okay, so the human heart basically human body basically require a lot of different functions so that we can survive properly. और ये जितना भी हमारे process रहता है इसको हम life processes कहते हैं. Can you name some of the life processes? Yes. Any life process हमारे बॉडी में जो कंटिन्यूअसली होते जा रहे हैं and without which we will not be able to survive? Yes. अच्छा, ब्लड पंप बोला, ठीक है, ब्लड पंप. एनीथिंग एल्स? आई एम नॉट टॉकिंग अबाउट ओनली द सर्कुलेटरी सिस्टम. अच्छा, वेरी गुड, वेरी गुड. नर्वस सिस्टम आपने बोला. एनीथिंग एल्स? एक्सक्रीटरी सिस्टम, रेस्पिरेटरी सिस्टम, राइट, द डाइजेस्टिव सिस्टम. तो ये सारे जो सिस्टम्स है ना, तो ये कंटिन्यूअसली ऑल द सिस्टम्स आर परफॉर्मिंग देयर ओन फंक्शंस, एंड दिस मेक आवर बॉडी टू go smoothly, to run smoothly, or we can say it helps in the survival of the body, right? All five systems. Exactly, Harshit. So over here, to maintain all the system to work properly, what we need the different types of things to be distributed to all the different parts of the body, right? तो क्या क्या थिंग हमारे बॉडी में ज्यादा से ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट होता है? जैसे ऑक्सीजन. ऑक्सीजन इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. ऑक्सीजन अगर हमारे सारे सेल्स में नहीं जाएंगे तो रेस्पिरेशन नहीं होगा, राइट? रेस्पिरेशन मतलब ऑक्सीजन जो फूड को ब्रेक डाउन करते हैं और उधर से हमारे एनर्जी मिलते हैं. एनर्जी अगर ना मिलेंगे तो हम काम कैसे करेंगे, राइट? देन वी नीड द न्यूट्रिएंट्स. फूड भी तो चाहिए. विदाउट फूड वेयर विल आई गेट द एनर्जी? देन हॉर्मोन्स चाहिए, एंजाइम्स चाहिए, एंड ऑल द डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ थिंग्स व्हिच आर नीडेड टू ऑल द डिफरेंट पार्ट्स ऑफ द बॉडी. दे आर ऑल डिलीवर्ड या फिर डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड बाय अ प्रॉपर सिस्टम, दैट इज द सर्कुलेटरी सिस्टम. ठीक है। तो ऑल द सिस्टम ऑलवेज रिमेंबर दैट जो भी सिस्टम है हमारे बॉडी में, डाइजेस्टिव सिस्टम बोलो, नर्वस सिस्टम, एंडोक्राइन सिस्टम, एक्सक्रीटरी सिस्टम, रेस्पिरेटरी सिस्टम, सर्कुलेटरी सिस्टम, ऑल द सिस्टम्स आर बेसिकली like interacting with each other or dependent upon each other. कोई एक भी सिस्टम अगर खराब हो जाएंगे तो हमारे लिए ये सर्वाइवल बहुत दिक्कत हो जाएगा. Understood? Up to this much clear? Right? Now this is the role of the circulatory system, basically to transport the different things, mainly the oxygen, hormones and the nutrients to all the parts of the body. और उसके बदले में वो बॉडी के पार्ट से क्या लेके आएंगे? The waste materials and the carbon dioxide, excretory products, उसको बाहर निकल के आएंगे, so that we can remove them from our body. तो इससे क्या होगा? We will get the new things, the fresh blood to all the different parts of the body, and the excretory products, the waste products will be removed from our body. जो हमारे बॉडी के लिए harmful हो सकता है उसी प्रोडक्ट को हम रिमूव कर सकते हैं. वेरी गुड बेटा. You have written urea. Urea is the main excretory product of our body. Very nice. पर यूरिया का स्पेलिंग ना आपने गलत लिख दिया बेटा. It will be UREA. ठीक है? ठीक है ना? कोई बात नहीं. चलो. So this is mainly our whole circulatory system. You can see is made up of the heart, the blood vessels which are going to all the parts of the body. और blood vessels के अंदर क्या है? The blood. The blood is basically flowing, right? So these are mainly the components of the human circulatory system. Always remember that is the blood is the main first thing. Second is the blood vessels, then is the heart, and fourthly we will also study about another important thing, that is the lymph. Okay, तो lymph क्या है? Nothing, it is similar to that of the blood, but blood red color का होता है, lymph yellow color का होता है, like pale yellowish color, क्योंकि blood के अंदर hemoglobin है, red blood cell है, जो lymph के अंदर नहीं होता है. Okay, and lymph also carries the oxygen, the nutrients to all the different parts of our body where blood cannot reach. Okay, I'll tell this again to you. Okay, very good. So हर्षित ने बोला arteries है हमारे body में, veins है and capillaries है. So these are nothing but the different types of blood vessels. Okay, so we will study what are the different types of blood vessels. And again Harshit, beta, you just be careful about the spelling. See, artery is ARTERY. Okay, not artillery, it will be artery. Vein will be VEIN. VAIN, vein का मतलब different होता है बेटा, ठीक है? And the capillaries are present. ठीक है? चलो. So now first we will study about the blood. तो blood क्या है? What do you mean by blood? Anything? Without looking at the screen or without giving me a proper like bookish definition, can you tell me what do you mean by blood? आपके हिसाब से blood क्या है? And when can you see the blood? Yes. Yes, beta, I'm getting the correct answer, Harshit. Yes, RBC, WBC, plasma, ये सारे रहता है हमारे blood के अंदर. तो blood क्या है? आप सिंपल सा सेंटेंस में बताओ कि ब्लड क्या है. इट इज अ फ्लूइड, राइट, बिकॉज इट फ्लोज. तो हमारे बॉडी के ब्लड वेसल्स में वो कंटिन्यूअसली फ्लोइंग स्टेट में रहता है, तो हम बोल सकते हैं इट इज अ फ्लूइड. ठीक है. अभी हमारे डिफरेंट बॉडी के पार्ट्स को ये कनेक्ट कर रहे हैं, राइट, एंड दैट इज व्हाई वी कैन कॉल इट एज अ कनेक्टिव टिश्यू. Right, so ये blood है, it is a fluid which is connecting the different parts of our body, and that is why we can call that blood as a fluid connective tissue. ठीक है. Yes, we have already studied about the different connective tissues. जैसे bone भी हमारे एक connective tissue है, tendons, ligaments, cartilages, these are all the adipose tissue. ये सारे different तरीके का connective tissue है, right? So पर ये fluid नहीं है, flow, bones तो flow नहीं करते, right? So they are the hard thing which are present, but blood flow करते हैं एक जगह से दूसरी जगह तक, and that is why the blood is known as the fluid connective tissue, which carry with them the food, water, air and the other different hormones, enzyme to all the different parts of the body जहाँ भी उसको चाहिए. Then the blood is pumped from the heart. So blood तो ऐसे ही flow नहीं कर सकते, right? They must be pumped by an organ which is the heart, and that pump will help them to flow properly, smoothly, with a proper pressure through the arteries and veins, right? Yes. Yes, and red liquid. Very good. Padan, I have got a very clarified, simple answer from you. That is, blood is a red liquid. जो red liquid है, जो हमारे हाथ में या फिर कहीं भी अगर कोई इंजरी होगा तो ये red liquid निकल के आते हैं, right? Very good. So this red liquid is nothing but a connective tissue, and it carries a lot of different substances from one part to another part of our body, and this is consists of a lot of different types of cells. Okay, mainly three types of cells are there, that is RBC, WBC and platelets, and along with these three types of cells, also it contains the fluid part which is known as the plasma. ठीक है, तो अभी हम देखेंगे कि what is the main composition of the blood. So as I have already mentioned, कि blood consists of the three main types of cells, that is the RBC, WBC and platelet. These will all three comes under the cellular part of the blood. Okay, and this plasma is nothing but the liquid part. Okay, so the plasma is this liquid part and cellular part हो जाएगा हमारा RBC, WBC और platelet. अभी देखो ये plasma कितना रहता है हमारे blood में? The whole blood contains 55% of the plasma. Okay, और 55 से भी मतलब कम, that is 45% will be the other three different cells, that is RBC, WBC and platelet. If we now see that what are the specific percentage of RBC and WBC, then we will see most of it, that is 41% will be RBC and only 4% is WBC and the platelet. ठीक है, तो इसीलिए the RBC which is red in color because of the presence of the hemoglobin pigment, इसीलिए हमारे blood को red color का दिखने में होता है. Understood? Hi Yashika, I'm fine beta, how are you? Okay, up to this much totally clear? अभी तक clear है ना? तो blood में क्या क्या रहता है? Plasma रहता है, that is the liquid part. And plasma में क्या रहता है? If you are asked any question, plasma basically is consists of water. 95% इसमें water रहता है और 5% क्या क्या रहता है? All the different organic and inorganic substances. Solid, liquid, gases different हो सकता है, different state का organic and inorganic substances रहता है. Okay, yes, yeah, basically 85% of the water. So this is all about the plasma, and now we will study mainly about the different types of functions of all these constituents, right? So पहले हम देखेंगे कि RBC कैसे दिखने में होता है. It is circular disc shaped structure which are present in the blood, and the main pigment which is present in this RBC is the hemoglobin. और जैसे हमारे plants में chlorophyll रहता है which gives the green coloration to the plant, similarly हमारे blood में hemoglobin रहता है. This is nothing but a red pigment which gives a red color to our blood. क्लियर है? तो ब्लड अगर रेड कलर क्यों है, ऐसे क्वेश्चन आएंगे तो आई होप दैट यू विल बी एबल टू एक्सप्लेन इट प्रॉपर्ली. यस, दैट ब्लड इज रेड इन कलर बिकॉज ऑफ द प्रेजेंस ऑफ द हीमोग्लोबिन व्हिच इज अ रेड कलर्ड पिगमेंट. इट इज बेसिकली प्रेजेंट विद द आरबीसी. ठीक है, नाउ ये हीमोग्लोबिन का काम क्या है? व्हाट इज द मेन फंक्शन ऑफ हीमोग्लोबिन? Yes, so they basically carry the oxygen from the lungs to all the different parts of the body, and from all the different parts of the body it basically transport the carbon dioxide. ठीक है, तो hemoglobin basically helps to maintain a proper functioning of the body by carrying the oxygen and distributing the oxygen to all the different parts of the body. Yes, very good, Harshit. It carries the oxygen. Now you can see that this is the just a microscopic structure of the hemoglobin. You can see over here. uh, it consists of the two main portions. Globin is one type of protein, and heme basically nothing but the iron. Okay, so iron containing protein is the hemoglobin protein. Okay, so इसका डिटेल आप हायर क्लासेस में, हायर ग्रेड्स में पढ़ोगे, तो मैं उतना डिटेल्स में नहीं जा रही हूँ. आप आई हैव ओनली टोल्ड यू द main structure, how it seems to be, what is the color of the pigment which is carrying, and what is the main function which is performed by the hemoglobin. Clear? Yes. Now coming to the plasma. So plasma क्या है? We already know that 55% of the blood carries the plasma, and this plasma is nothing but a liquid which continuously flow through the blood vessel, और ये plasma ही सारे ब्लड वेसल्स को एक जगह से दूसरी जगह तक ले जाने के लिए हेल्प करते हैं. Okay, so other than this, the gases like the oxygen, carbon dioxide, nutrients, nitrogenous waste materials, carbon dioxide, enzymes, hormones, these are all mixed up within the plasma, and then they can flow from one part to different parts of the body. Yes? Okay. Chalo. Now let's move on to the very important thing, that is the WBC. WBC का काम क्या है? This is the most important thing which help our body to protect from any sort of different germs or bacteria जो भी हमारे body में कभी भी आ सकते हैं. तो हमारी body always एक soldier जैसे immune system, exactly it helps to increase the immune system, वो continuously fight करने के लिए तैयार रहता है, and that is nothing but the WBC. Okay, so as you already know that RBC के अंदर ना कोई न्यूक्लियस नहीं होता, पर WBC के अंदर मल्टी न्यूक्लियस होता है, मतलब more than one nucleus can be present within the WBC. Hi Kartik, how are you? Yes, so ये WBC क्या करता है? जब भी कोई भी जर्म्स अगर अंदर आ जाएंगे, आप मतलब सोचो कि हमारे अभी तो कोविड सिचुएशन चल रहा है इन दिस पैंडेमिक, सो वी आर ऑलवेज कंसर्न अबाउट द कोविड, है ना. तो अगर कोई कोविड का वायरस आ जाएंगे तो फर्स्ट डिफेंस किसने करेंगे? द WBC. ओके, द WBC विल फाइट इट आउट, एंड इफ it is possible for the COVID to just go off or die, then it will go out of our body. It will not cause any harm. But अगर नहीं हो सकता है, हमारा WBC उतना strong नहीं है, हमारे immunity power इतना strong नहीं है, then we can suffer from any sort of diseases. Then तो हमें वैक्सीन के ऊपर डिपेंड करना पड़ेगा डेफिनेटली, एंड डिफरेंट मेडिसिन के ऊपर डिपेंड करना पड़ेगा. Okay, but the first self defense कौन करता है? The WBC. So these WBCs are basically formed in the spleen, the bone marrow, the lymph nodes we will see over here, and help to increase the immunity power of the body. हमारे body का resistance power को बढ़ाते हैं. Yes, up to this much clear, right? Now let's move on to the third type of cell, that is nothing but the platelet. तो platelet का काम क्या है? Anybody? Yes, very good. Yes, Harshit, exactly. Vaccine is the same germ, that is the weakened germ या फिर dead germ जो हमारे body में inject करना होता है, so that our WBC can identify those germ. और अभी जो असली germ अगर if it enters inside our body, तो our WBC will fight it out, right? Yes, that is the main function of the vaccine. Okay. Yes, cut को repair करते हैं. If you have any cut on your skin, then what will happen? The blood will come out, and after some time we can see that after a little bit of bleeding, the blood doesn't come out and it will go settle down, and finally after some few days we can see that another layer of the skin has been repaired, and it has been totally repaired the total body. yes, body part, right? So ये जो body हमारे blood को clot कर देते हैं, this is done by the platelets. So platelets are also known as the thrombocyte. जैसे RBCs का और एक name है एरिथ्रोसाइट, WBC का और एक नाम है ल्यूकोसाइट. ये प्लेटलेट का डिफरेंट नेम है थ्रोम्बोसाइट, विच हेल्प टू clot the blood. Otherwise, what will happen? Definitely, if the blood clotting doesn't happen, then what will happen? Continuously blood loss हो जाएगा and we will not be able to get the proper amount of blood is inside our body. हमारे blood जो भी different substances को carry करते हैं वो भी नहीं कर पाएंगे and we will not be able to survive. Okay, so there are the different types of proteins which are present within our blood, and that blood will combine, that proteins will combine with the platelet and they will form a mesh like structure, and this mesh like structure is known as the fibrin. ठीक है, and this mesh like structure, अब ये देखो, this is the cut portion. Okay, and when the platelets will come in contact with the cut portion in that region, what will happen? The blood clotting will happen by forming the mesh like fibrin, which will not allow the blood to pass through it, and the blood will remain inside our body. क्लियर है? सो दिस इज हाउ द ब्लड क्लॉटिंग टेक्स प्लेस. अभी ये सारे स्टेप्स हम नहीं बता रहे हैं क्योंकि दीज आर नॉट प्रेजेंट इन योर सिलेबस. व्हेन यू विल गो टू क्लास 9th and 10th, you will study about how what are the different steps which are followed during this blood clotting. Okay, इस प्रोसेस को हम ब्लड कोएगुलेशन भी कहते हैं. Fine. So this is all about the blood. Let us now see with the help of a video what the blood is.
Blood is always red, right? Wrong. Blood comes in a variety of colors. It may be red in humans and in other mammals, but in octopus, for example, have blue blood. And ocellated icefish have blood that is completely clear. And in Papua New Guinea, there are green-blooded shank. So don't be fooled into thinking blood is always red. In this video, we are going to discover what blood is made of and the roles of the different components. Blood consists of red blood cells, white blood cells, platelets, and plasma. 55% of our blood is this pale, yellow, sticky liquid called plasma. Plasma is mainly made up of water and proteins. Plasma carries nutrients, hormones, and proteins around the body, and it also distributes heat around the body, so it is pretty important. However, this is not the part that makes blood red, green, blue, or clear. Plasma equals about 92% water and just under 8% plasma. About 45% of our blood is made up of red blood cells. Red blood cells are tiny biconcave disc-shaped cells known as erythrocytes. They are made in the bone marrow and contain a special iron-containing protein called hemoglobin. Hemoglobin is what enables our red blood cells to carry oxygen around the body, and it is hemoglobin that makes our blood red. Octopus have a different special protein called hemocyanin, which makes their blood blue. And the icefish doesn't have either hemoglobin or the hemocyanin, which is why their blood runs clear. Watch our video on red blood cells to learn more about these important bioconcave discs. White blood cells and platelets make up less than 1% of our blood. White blood cells are our warriors. They protect our body against invasion from disease-causing organisms known as pathogens. These clever little cells do this in two ways. 70% of our white blood cells are phagocytes and engulf the foreign pathogens in a process known as phagocytosis. Or the others are lymphocytes, which produce antibodies. Antibodies bind to the foreign pathogen and stop it from invading further. You will learn more about white blood cells when learning about disease and how our body defends itself against pathogens. And finally, platelets. Platelets make a tiny fraction of our blood. They help the blood to clot when you cut yourself, stopping the bleeding and preventing the wound from becoming infected. From this video, you should now know that blood isn't necessarily red, and the color depends upon what the red blood cells are made up of. Blood consists of the nutrient and the heat transporting plasma. the oxygen carrying red blood cells. And then less than 1% is made up of a very important pathogen fighting white blood cells. And lastly, the blood clotting platelets.
Okay. Hopefully that you have already understood what is the blood and the different components of the blood, right? Yes? Okay. Now let us move on to the lymph. Lymph, I have already mentioned that it seems to be like the blood, but it is not red in color because of the because it doesn't have any RBCs. तो RBC नहीं है मतलब hemoglobin भी नहीं रहेगा, and the platelets are also not present. What it contains? It basically contains the WBC. ठीक है? चलो. So what happens sometimes when the blood flows through the blood vessels, some leaks are there. So through those leakage, the WBC and a little bit fluid, the plasma comes out of the blood. और बाहर कौन है? Can you see the different cells are present, and these cells are also having certain extracellular fluid, and this is known as the tissue fluid. ये tissue fluid में आ जाते हैं. अभी from this tissue fluid, what will happen? A little bit amount of plasma and WBC enters inside another connection and another tube-like structure or network-like structure, which is known as the lymph vessels. ठीक है, तो lymph vessels से कौन flow करेगा? That is known as the lymph. Okay, the fluid which is basically flowing through the lymph vessels are known as the lymph. ठीक है, तो lymph is nothing but it is made up of the water, glucose, protein, fat and the salt. Yes, up to this much clear? Yes, but it doesn't contain any of the platelet or RBC. Fine. Yes. Acha, Harshit, you were telling me capillary is the smallest nerve. Beta, always remember, nerve is related to the nervous system. Nerve से क्या flow होता है? Nervous impulses flow होता है. And capillary is one type of blood vessels which are the smallest blood vessels. ठीक है, this is not the smallest nerve, it is the smallest blood vessels which are basically giving the different substances to the different organs and also carried out the different waste materials from the different organs. ठीक है, ये nerve नहीं होता, nerve is totally different. Okay, got the idea now? ठीक है, चलो. Now let us move on to the blood vessels. So we will now study about the different types of blood vessels. Blood vessels क्या होता है? The network through which the blood flows. Very simple. देखो ये सारे blood vessels हैं हमारे body में जहाँ blood flow करते हैं. Blood flow करेंगे मतलब कौन से blood flow करेंगे? Both the oxygenated and deoxygenated blood. But कौन से blood vessels से oxygenated और कौन से blood vessels में deoxygenated blood flow करेंगे? That we will see. Okay. So first we will move on to the different types of blood vessels. So how many types of blood vessels are there? Yes. Okay, you can see say that blue is the deoxygenated blood. Okay, yes, but always remember इधर तो हम blue में दिखा रहे हैं and medical जितना भी diagrams आपका होगा blue books में भी या फिर आप website में भी अगर कोई वेबसाइट में देखोगे तो ये ब्लूइश रहता है बट दिस कलर इज नॉट ब्लू. ओके, ब्लड इज ऑलवेज रेड इन कलर ओनली टू डिस्टिंग्विश कि कौन सा ब्लड ऑक्सीजनेटेड है, कौन सा ब्लड डीऑक्सीजनेटेड है या फिर आर्टरीज कौन सा है, वेन्स कौन सा है. तो वी जस्ट गिव देम द डिफरेंट कलर बट ऑलवेज रिमेंबर दैट बोथ द ब्लड वेदर ऑक्सीजनेटेड और डीऑक्सीजनेटेड दे आर बोथ रेड इन कलर. ओके, डिफरेंट शेड का रेड हो सकता है, एक डार्क रेड एक ब्राइट रेड ऐसा होता है बट नॉट ब्लू ब्लड. हमारे बॉडी में ब्लू ब्लड नहीं है. ओके, yes, so you can see that there are three main types of blood vessels. One is the arteries, second is the capillaries and the third one is the veins. Fine, so these are the three main types of the blood vessels. Now let me give you one idea of this: arteries, veins and capillaries. So always remember the arteries carry the oxygenated blood. Okay, now the arteries when they are dividing they go to certain region and they divide. Okay, so when they divide they form the arterioles. ओके और ये आर्टेरियोल्स भी जब कोई ऑर्गन सिस्टम्स में जाते हैं और बहुत सारे इसका ब्रांचेस हो जाते हैं okay so that it can go to all the cells of the organ and give proper oxygen food and so on and these branches are known as capillaries. So got an idea what are the capillaries? Capillaries are nothing but the very simple one layered structured branches of the arteries and veins. Now let's move on कि ये तो capillaries blood supply दे देंगे. Yes, to all the different organs, it will supply the oxygen and the different substances, and similarly, it will carry out the different waste materials from the those organs, right? So this blue color structure which I have drawn, these are nothing but the capillaries only. So capillaries actually जाते हैं to all the different organs. It supply the oxygen and nutrients and hormones, whatever it is needed, and then they carry out the waste materials from the same organs. ठीक है carbon dioxide and the waste materials and then they form the thicker branches which are basically known as the venules and these venules will together form a large vein जैसे arterioles होता है artery से venules होता है vein से so the blood will go through the veins. क्लियर है गॉट एन आइडिया कि आर्टरीज क्या है वेंस क्या है एंड कैपिलरीज क्या है एंड ऑलवेज रिमेंबर कि मैंने डिफरेंट कलर का क्यों दिखाई क्योंकि दे आर कैरिंग द डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ द ब्लड आई एम मेंशनिंग ओवर हियर कि आर्टरीज ऑलवेज कैरी द ऑक्सीजनेटेड ब्लड मतलब जहां ज्यादा ऑक्सीजन कम कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड होता है एंड वेन्स ऑलवेज कैरी द डीऑक्सीजनेटेड ब्लड मतलब जहां ऑक्सीजन कम और कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड ज्यादा रहता है and this oxygenated and deoxygenated blood are carried by the arteries and veins respectively but there is always the exception. The two exceptions are pulmonary artery and pulmonary veins. So pulmonary artery is the only artery which carry the deoxygenated blood and pulmonary vein is the only vein which is carrying the oxygenated blood. These are the two exceptions. We will study this when we will study the heart, definitely the structure of the heart and the double circulation within the heart. तब मैं details में बता दूंगी. Just for the time being, you just remember that these are the two exceptions of arteries and veins. Clear है? Yes. चलो now let us see what are the arteries. Arteries मैंने already बोल दिया कि it delivers the oxygen rich blood to all the different parts of the body. Exception is the pulmonary artery. Okay, ये सिर्फ एक ही artery है जो heart से lung तक deoxygenated blood carry करके ले जाते हैं so that purification can happen within the lungs. Right? Now coming to the different types of the artery. So basically arteries हमारे body में तीन तरीके का होता है. One is the elastic artery जिसको हम conducting और conduit artery भी कहते हैं. This is they basically have the thick middle layer. बहुत thick middle layer होता है. I'll show you the picture. So they can stretch in response to the pumping of the heart. Okay, each of the pulse में क्या होता है heart pump होता है and accordingly it can stretch. That is why they have the thick middle layer. Second is the muscular artery. This muscular artery basically draw the blood from the previous elastic artery and they branches into the resistant vessels so that it can go to all the different parts of the body and it will be further divided into the arterioles. Arterioles क्या है मैंने दिखा दिया. And finally the arterioles which will transport all the different substances to the different organs of the body. Arterioles से different branches होके capillaries बन जाएगा. Right? So this is the artery. Elastic artery, you can see the thickness. Then muscular artery, nothing but a little bit lower branches, उतना thickness नहीं रहता. And arterioles are the branches of the artery. Clear है? Up to this much. Now coming to the vein. वेन क्या है? डीऑक्सीजनेटेड ब्लड कैरी करते हैं, कहां से कहां? फ्रॉम द ऑर्गन्स टुवर्ड्स द हार्ट. एंड ऑलवेज रिमेंबर, एक ही एक्सेप्शन है, दैट इज द पाल्मोनरी वेन विच ओनली कैरी द ऑक्सीजनेटेड ब्लड. ठीक है. और ये वेन्स बेसिकली ब्लू कलर में दिखते हैं. हमारे जितना भी हम बायोलॉजिकल डायग्राम्स देखते हैं तो ब्लू कलर्स का होता है, बट इट इज बेसिकली नॉट ब्लू इन कलर. ओके. द ब्लड विच इज फ्लोइंग थ्रू द वेन्स आर आल्सो डार्क रेड इन कलर. Okay, always remember this. Coming to the four types of the veins. One first type is the deep vein. Deep vein का मतलब क्या है? Which is located within the muscle tissue. देखो, हम sometimes इधर से green color का देख सकते हैं, right? The greenish color we can see over here, right? So these are nothing but the veins. Veins are located superficially just beneath the skin, and that is why we can see the veins. We can see at least the impressions of the vein from outside. पर ये हो जाएगा superficial vein. But the veins which are deep inside the skin under the muscle, those are the deep veins. And वो deep veins के corresponding एक arteries भी रहता है. Understood? And superficial veins we can see over here, the impressions just beneath the skin रहता है और उसके corresponding कोई arteries नहीं रहता. Coming to the third type of vein, pulmonary vein, which is the only vein carrying the oxygenated blood from the lungs to the heart, ताकि वो बहुत अच्छे से pump out होके distribute हो सकते हैं the oxygenated blood. Okay. And the last one is the systemic veins, which are located to all the different parts of the body, the lower, mainly the lower parts of the body में. And this help the blood to go to all the, like, it helped to carry out or transport the deoxygenated blood or waste materials back to the heart. Okay. So these are the four main types of the vein. Just remember the names because this detail is not there in your syllabus. Fine. Now coming to the capillaries. Capillaries are nothing but the tiny branches of the veins and arteries. देखो, arteries branch करके capillaries हो गया और veins भी branch करके capillaries हो गया. And these capillaries are the single layered blood vessels which can carry the oxygen and nutrients to all the parts of the body. हमारे veins और artery इतना thick है कि वो तो कोई भी सेल के सामने या फिर कोई भी ऑर्गन के अंदर नहीं जा सकते. तो ऑर्गन के अंदर जब भी सप्लाई होना चाहिए तो वो कैपिलरीज में डिवाइड हो जाते हैं, विच आर ओनली अ सिंगल लेयर्ड स्ट्रक्चर और ट्यूब विच विल बी एबल टू गिव द न्यूट्रिएंट्स एंड ऑक्सीजन टू द different organs. Clear up to this much? Yes. So you can see over here distinctively, these are the arteries, this is the capillaries. And फिर से ये जो organs में arteries दे देंगे oxygen and nutrients और क्या निकल के ले आएंगे? The carbon dioxide and the waste materials to the vein. Okay, so this is all about the arteries and veins. And arteries take the blood away from the heart, veins give it back to the heart. Okay, iska direction bhi different hota hai, and so on, and other differences also are there about the arteries and veins. Now coming to the most important thing, that is the heart. हार्ट का स्ट्रक्चर हम बाद में देखेंगे in any other session, but today we will just see what is the heart. It is nothing but a muscular organ present in the chest cavity. दोनों lungs के बीच में रहता है, but a little bit tilted towards the left, and that is why we can hear or we can feel the heartbeat towards the left hand side of our body. ठीक है. And the main function of the heart is to pump the blood throughout the body. The main function blood heart का क्या होगा? It pumps the oxygenated blood to all the parts of the body, and oxygenated blood को pump करने से वो क्या क्या distribute कर देंगे? All the vital substances towards the different parts of the body. In turn, it will receive the deoxygenated blood, मतलब जो metabolic waste products है उसको लेके आएंगे, and also and it will be given to the heart. It will go to the lung for oxygenation, and definitely it will regulate a proper blood pressure. So this is the main function of the heart. So now let me tell you a very nice fact that is, if you just theoretically, if you place the veins, arteries, capillaries together, you will see that the total जितना भी veins, arteries और capillaries है हमारे body के अंदर, वो अगर one by one आप place करोगे तो 1 लाख किलोमीटर से total distance cover कर सकते हैं. Okay, but they are very much convoluted and present within the just a little human being. Okay, so roughly 8 times ये हो सकता है हमारे अर्थ के diameter से. Okay. Now, the major role of the circulatory system is to provide the nutrients, oxygen, minerals, hormone to the body and taking out the metabolic waste product. These are the main functions of the two main functions of the circulatory system. You can see over here the heart is pumping and giving the oxygen, nutrients and all to the different organs of the body, और organs से क्या लेके आ रहे हैं? The waste materials. Fine. So let's summarize that we have already studied about the human circulatory system in today's session, the blood, heart, blood vessels and lymph, right? So let us now revise the same thing about the circulatory system with the help of a video.
The circulatory system works to transport oxygen and nutrients to cells in your body while removing waste products such as carbon dioxide at the same time. Hemoglobin, which is the protein present in red blood cells, serves as the main transporter, much like a school bus, with oxygen and carbon dioxide being able to hop on or hop off at the correct destinations. This system is actually a double circulatory system made of two circuits, the pulmonary circuit and the systemic circuit. In the pulmonary circuit, deoxygenated blood is pumped from your heart to your lungs to become oxygenated. In the systemic circuit, this oxygenated blood that is returned to the heart is pumped to the rest of your body. Unlike other muscles in your body, your heart never tires and works very hard to ensure that blood reaches all parts from your head to your toes. Blood is pumped away through the aorta and then through the arteries. Arteries have very thick muscular walls so to withstand the pressure of very fast-flowing blood. These arteries branch into smaller arterioles, which then branch into smaller capillaries that surround all cells. The movement of blood slows down significantly at the capillaries for two reasons. The capillaries are much smaller and slower movement allows for gas exchange. Here, oxygen is offloaded onto cells, so blood becomes deoxygenated and carbon dioxide and other waste products are picked up. Deoxygenated blood then travels away from the capillaries into the venules and then into the veins. Unlike arteries, veins have much thinner walls and valves that prevent deoxygenated blood from flowing backwards. This deoxygenated blood doesn't travel straight to the lungs to become oxygenated. It must first travel to the heart so it can be pumped into the lungs, ready for another round.
If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up.
Yes, so I hope that you have already studied about the circulatory system, right? Now let us discuss quickly some of the question answers. Quickly tell me what are the major roles of the human circulatory system. Yes, quickly Harshit, Padan. Yes, what is the main role of the human circulatory system? Yes, mainly the circulatory system help to carry the blood to all the different parts of the body. Along with the blood, it carries the oxygen, minerals, and nutrients, and all hormones, whatever is needed to the body. And in turn, it take out the metabolic waste product from the different organs of the body. Right? Coming to the next thing, what is the role of the hemoglobin in the blood? The main role of the hemoglobin of the blood is to carry the oxygen to all the tissues of the body. Right, this is very important. You can get this type of question for 2 marks, and also you can mention that hemoglobin is a red colored pigment which is present in the RBC, carrying the heme group, that is the iron part, and the protein part which is known as the globin. Third is, what is the main function of the heart? Heart का main function क्या है? To pump the blood, right? It will help to pump the blood to all the different parts of the body ताकि हमारे सारे body के system में सारे body के organs में oxygen and nutrients अच्छे से पहुंच सके, right? नेक्स्ट व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय द डबल सर्कुलेशन? डबल सर्कुलेशन हम नेक्स्ट सेशन में देखेंगे कि डबल सर्कुलेशन क्या होता है. मेनली थ्रू द हार्ट ट्वाइस द सेम ब्लड इज फ्लोइंग एंड दैट इज व्हाई दिस सर्कुलेशन विद इन द ह्यूमन बॉडी इज नोन एज द double circulation. One is the pulmonary circulation and the second one is the systemic circulation. Fine. So now let's think and discuss another thing with the help of a case study. One day, Krishna saw his dad exercising for about half an hour, and he was also exhausted that towards the end of the session, he was breathing too fast. What do you think? What leads to this one? Why was his father breathing too heavily or too fast? Yes. Quickly, let me see who can give me the answer. Why do we breathe so fast when we do the physical exercise or cycling or swimming or something like that? Yes? Because we need, what do we need to all the different organs of the body? Yes? Oxygen, right? So when we do the exercise, the heart beat more quickly so that it can give more oxygen to all the different parts of the body, right? So that oxygen is needed and that is why we breathe so fast. Okay, so that's it, and our heartbeat about 1,15,000 times each day. Blood takes about 20 seconds to circulate the whole circulatory system inside our body, and our heart doesn't stop when you sneeze, but the sneeze can just alter the rhythm of the heart. Okay, rhythm of the heartbeat. So that's all we have studied today, and as you already know that we have studied about the components of the blood and the blood vessels, the different types of the blood vessels, the lymph and the blood, and as well as the heart. And today's session student of the session is Harshit. Thank you very much, Harshit, for giving me most of the answers correctly. So thank you very much to all of you for staying with us till the end. So let me again remind you, do not forget to subscribe our channel and press the bell icon so that you will never miss any of the update of the upcoming session. And don't forget to like, comment and share also. We will again meet tomorrow with we will study a lot about the heart and the circulatory system. And thank you very much. So bye bye, take care, stay safe and stay healthy.